Good evening. This is Marie Holiday, and today is Friday, January the 29th, 2020. And I hope everybody had a fabulous week today, a fabulous week, and are looking forward to the weekend. And before we get started with this evening lecture, I want to remind everyone to hit that subscribe button and hit that notification button and subscribe to my channel, share my channel, help me meet this end of January goal of 100 subscribers. I got 3 new subscribers today. I currently have 84 subscribers, so let's do this. And also share my channel with one person you know, and so we're in this together. So with that being said, let's get down to today's lecture. The focus of this lecture is going to be traditional job versus the gig society. Traditional job versus the gig society. You know, we all know that there are a lot of individuals out there, making their money, doing their thing, rather it's on a traditional job or versus the gig society. But I want to talk about this here and share my knowledge about traditional job gig society. And so pay attention. Number one, a contract or gig worker are not legally classified as employees. Their employers do not withhold income tax or Social Security taxes from their paycheck. And this also applies to if you own your own business where you don't have a contract with an organization. You literally own your own business. Rather, it's or your own daycare center or your own electrical business, or you own a beauty salon, or you are making movies. You got a studio, or you making music or music videos, or whatever your craft is. You own your own business. So also this will apply in terms of this information I'm going to present. So if a person does not have a traditional job where you're getting up every day, you're working 40 hours a week, you got to be there at a certain time. So for a person who does not have a traditional job, and say for example, if they or got contracts or they own their own business, it's very important that that individual must make sure you pay your taxes of the income earned, and also very important, you gotta pay into your Social Security. That's a very big difference between having a gig or a contract or owning your own business versus working for an organization or a company or corporation. In addition, if you are not paying taxes on the money that you're making from your business or contract, or if you're not paying into Social Security, you will be creating financial destruction later on down the road for yourself by running into major problems or in the Internal Revenue Service if you're out there making all this money on contracts or your own business, or making music or drop shipping or whatever you're doing to make that money. If you're not paying into your Social Security or paying the Internal Revenue Service, you can be headed into financial destruction down the road. And a lot of young people, you really need to pay attention to this. I'm here to tell you. You really need to pay attention to this. In addition, if you do not pay into Social Security, and you're out there making all this money, you're out there generating all this revenue, you got multiple sources of income, multiple streams of income from your business ventures, on rather it's making music or videos, or selling on Amazon or selling on Facebook Marketplace. if you do not pay into your Social Security, then what's going to happen is when you reach retirement age, you will not be able to receive Social Security if you are not paying into it. Bottom line, common sense. That's very important. In addition, if you only have gigs or contracts, or you got your own business and that's all you have, and you don't complement that with a traditional job, everybody got to make their own decision. Everybody got to make their own decision on what direction they want to take, or if they want a mixture of both. But if you do not have a traditional job and you're out there solely dependent on revenue from your business or revenue from contracts, then what happens is it could be the cause of economic insecurity, meaning you're always chasing the next gig, or you're always chasing the next contract, or you always being concerned about, if you got your own business, making sure that you're generating a certain amount of money every single month to make sure you can pay your house, your household bills, your rent, your mortgage, your car note, your car insurance, cell phone bills, or whatever kind of bills you may have. So there's always economic insecurity if you just solely got your own business, or you out there getting contracts, or you're out there making this money based off your own skills and ability, versus having a traditional job. When a person has a traditional job, you're going to make a certain amount of money every week, or every 2 weeks, or every month, or every year. That's there. So again, each individual got to decide on what direction they want to take. I'm going to use myself as an example. I have a traditional day job, a career. I have a state job, and I'll be able to retire from that state job in 3.5 years. And in addition, I have my own business. I have a business where I do consulting. I make money from doing consulting based off my credential in the field of addiction. So I have other ways that I can make money under my own little business, rather it's consulting or making money off substance abuse assessments under my credential, and generate money that way. In the year 2020, I may do a couple of little things under my business. For 2020, I also generated revenue under my business in terms of selling on Facebook Marketplace. So I do little things on my business to make money, but at the same time, I also balance that with a full-time career. But everybody's different. So when you're only just relying on that gig or money strictly coming from your business, then you always got to be prepared on a game plan in times of economic insecurity. In addition, if you only have a contract or your own making money from your own business versus a traditional job, you got to remember you're going to have to pay into your own medical insurance, life insurance, dental insurance for you and your family. That can be very, very expensive if you if you are not linked with a career with a company. Because on jobs, traditional jobs, the organization is going to pay a percentage of that medical insurance, life insurance, dental insurance for the employee and the family. There's still a proportion that employee is going to have to pay, but there's also a big proportion where the organization pay. Versus if you only have a contract or gigs or your own business, please be wise enough to also purchase into your insurances you're going to need for yourself and your family. And it can be, and you're going to have to foot the totality of those insurance bills, or if you only have a gig or if you only have your business, because a contract that organization that you got that contract with, you're not considered an employee because of you only being considered as a contract person. So you're gonna have to pay into your own insurances. And in addition, if you only have a contract or your own business versus a traditional job, you will not be receiving earned vacation days, sick time, or anything like that. Versus when you have a traditional job and you do earn vacation, you do earn sick time. So if you get sick and for whatever reason you got to take some time off work and you have a traditional job, you're still getting paid. But versus that contract or your own company, if you don't go to work, you don't get paid. You ain't earning no vacation. You ain't earning no sick time at all. So that's something else you may want to hold into consideration. So the solution for all of this, when you're taking a look at a traditional job versus a gig or versus having your own company, the solution is each individual must decide on how they will strike a balance in relation to all of this. Because the key thing is, making all this money ain't gonna do you no good if you're not investing that money into your life insurance, your medical insurance. You're gonna have to also invest into your own 401 in retirement if you only have a contract or a gig versus working for a corporation or a company. You're gonna be able to you're gonna be able to invest into your retirement. The company is gonna match that in most cases. So there's a lot of differences between that traditional job versus the gig society, but you gotta be wise about how you go about doing this. You can still strike a balance, but just make sure you're managing that money that you're making. You're doing due diligence with that money. So if you get sick, no problem. You got insurance. When you get ready to take vacation, if you only have your business or gig job, no problem, because you're managing that money and you're budgeting and you're planning for that vacation. And then make sure you plan into Social Security and you're paying your taxes if you're going only in the direction of a gig or your own company. So again, each individual got to make their own decision. So with that being said, that's all I have. I hope you all got something out of this in terms of the traditional job versus the gig society. Simplify. Have a great evening.